Hello and welcome back. Today we are diving into something that, let's be honest, can be super frustrating: the unwritten rules of getting promoted. It's a critical part of any career, so let's get right into it.
So let me ask you this. Has a manager ever said something to you that sounds like this incredible compliment, but you're left with this weird feeling, like you're stuck? This one question really gets to the core of a career paradox we're going to unpack today.
Seeing that next step up the ladder, that new role you know you'd be perfect for, that's the easy part. But actually making the jump, that's a whole different ballgame. It's an art form, really, and it's one that nobody ever sits you down and teaches you.
And getting it right isn't just about raw ambition. It's more like a delicate dance between three things. You need a solid strategy, for sure. You need the flexibility to roll with the punches. And you need a sense of generosity, which I know might sound a little counterintuitive, but stick with me. Okay, now let's tackle a huge myth that so many of us fall for. We're always told the goal is to become indispensable, right? To be the person they can't live without. But what if I told you that being too indispensable is actually one of the biggest risks to your career? Have you heard this before? We can't afford to lose you. Man, it feels so good to hear. It sounds like the ultimate validation for all your hard work. It means you are essential. But there's a catch. It's a trap. Yep, it's a beautiful golden cage. And while it sounds like the highest praise, that phrase is very often the main thing standing between you and the promotion you actually want. To get out of it, you first have to see it for what it is. And here's why it's a trap, broken down. What you hear is, wow, they really value me. But what your manager is often thinking is, if I move you, you'll leave this giant hole in the team that I have no idea how to fill. You've accidentally made yourself so critical in one role that you're stuck there. So if being the hero, being indispensable, is the trap, how on earth do you get out? Well, the solution is the exact opposite of what you'd think. It's not about hoarding your knowledge and skills. It's about giving them away. It's about sharing your way to freedom.
And look, there's a literal playbook for this. Step 1, document everything. Get all that crucial knowledge out of your head and into a place where others can access it. Step 2, actively train someone else to do what you do. And step 3, the big one, build a team that's so strong it doesn't just survive without you, it thrives. That's your ticket to the next level.
This all comes down to a fundamental shift in how you see your own value. Real leadership isn't just about your personal to-do list. Your true value comes from what other people are able to accomplish because you're there. You become a force multiplier. And let's be super clear on this. This isn't just some nice-to-have or extra credit work. Documenting what you do and training others is a deeply strategic move. It is you actively building your own escape hatch for that next big opportunity. Okay, so you're making yourself replaceable. That's fantastic. But it's only half the equation. You can't do this in a vacuum. You also need to be building a powerful support system around you. Trying to go it alone is a recipe for staying exactly where you are.
It's such a common mistake, right? We think if we just put our heads down and do amazing work, a promotion will just happen. But moving up inside a company is a team sport, not a solo mission. And trying to do it by yourself is one of the fastest ways to get nowhere.
So how do you build this alliance? You've got to be intentional. First, identify the people who are already in your corner. Then, build real relationships with them based on actual trust. And here's the kicker: support them. Celebrate their wins. Create this little ecosystem where everybody wants to see each other succeed. And this is why this is so critical. When it's time for you to make that move, you're not just one voice making your own case. You've got a whole crew of people who have your back. Having a team that will follow you from one role to the next, that is pure gold. All right, so we've busted that whole indispensable myth. We've talked about building your team of allies. Let's pull it all together now and redefine what strategic growth actually looks like. Here are the new pillars. It's not just about your technical chops anymore. It's about your flexibility, how well you adapt, your resilience, how you bounce back, your generosity and sharing what you know, and your ability to practice real leadership, which is all about lifting others up. If you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this:
This is the big strategic shift. The old way of thinking was, if I want to grow, I need to focus on me. The new and much more effective way is realizing that if you want to grow, you have to help others grow with you.
So that leaves us with this final question, and it's for you to really think about. How will you make yourself free to grow? What's the very first step you can take, maybe even this week, to start documenting your knowledge, empowering your team, and building your own ladder to that next big thing?